And I'm just still terrified of letting people see me in that messy way.
Thank you so much, Kristin. So, Kristin is a world-renowned artist, makeup artist. She is on her way to Fashion Week as we speak. So by the time you all get this video, she will
be in New York,
either in New York or
backstage.
Backstage.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
It is.
You would have officially worked for Fashion Week as a makeup artist.
All right.
How does that feel?
At this point, I am excited. It's been challenging going through the motions of getting myself ready, getting my kit ready, getting in my space of, okay, when I do this, I'm going to be an elevated artist.
Right. Well, you just touched on building the kit.
Yes.
Right, which is a whole thing for a makeup artist.
Correct. So we have kit requirements, and it's Fashion Week, so we have a plethora of different skin tone, skin type models. So it's being able to have a wide variety of items in the smallest possible space. Right. So when I invited you to studio the other day.
Yeah, we went to studio and we condensed.
We would be potting and breaking up so many palettes and putting them into smaller things. And that was only 3 or 4 items.
Yeah.
It's a list of 21 pages. Right? So it's bottles and bottles of foundation that we have to put into smaller bottles, making sure we have all the sanitation, because as you know, sanitation is priority. Right? We learned that from COVID. Right? And makeup artists have been doing this for years. And that has been, it was a back and forth. What is great with the shopping for it, I did have to shop. I shopped in a store in LA because that is the store that had all the things I was looking at. And I wanted to choose to buy because it's the requirements, and you also have a choice with what you like as an artist, right? Because it's still that creativity that you have to put in, right? So it's your choice of product, right?
So they're not like telling you, this brand is specific brand.
No, these are the suggested brands. These are the types of foundations you have to get. So you have to get something heavy, something light, and these are the recommended ones. And you have a choice of a few to pick. Right. So I was looking at the store in LA because I graduated from Confections, which is now CMU, and I've worked on a few different film sets, commercials, etc. I have my pro discount at the several makeup stores, so big relief, 40% off, amazing. Can't shop without it. Pro discounts are amazing. As a makeup artist, you need to, especially when you have such a volume to buy. So it's going from LA to New York.
As you touch on that, and bringing it into now the world of fashion, and locally, I think that is one thing that would certainly help us as fashion designers. To be able to have
ease of access,
being able to have the discounted products, knowing that we are buying in bulk.
Discounts.
Exactly. You do get, I'm not gonna lie, you do get some things, you might get a 10% here or something, which, of course we are very appreciative of, but at the same time,
it's not like shopping in the fashion district.
Exactly. It's not the reeling back a bit concerning the mindset. So going into, you are now exploring something unknown to you.
Correct.
Right? It's a big step in your career, something that you've wanted for a long time. So what does that look like?
It's what I'm trying to do. It's what my career has been building towards. So it's just, executing. But the the notion of self-doubt and what's the word? What people like to call it? The term
Imposter syndrome.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's going through those notions of the self-doubt of, okay, when I get there, will I be good enough? Would I be able to execute as well as they want me to? Would I still shine? Would all the years of my training, would it be enough for backstage? And then it's just like, well.
You know what we know, right?
Right.
What does that look like on a day-to-day basis? Like, how are you, what is your mindset like? How is it? How are you dealing with it?
Frankly, a lot of sleep.
A lot of sleep?
A lot of sleep.
All right.
A lot of breaks. I feel like the subconscious think works well for me.
Right.
So
what does that? What do you mean?
So when I sleep, I dream.
Okay.
My mind is able to work out the problems that I've been thinking about in the forefront of my mind.
Right.
So I'm thinking, overthinking. And when I'm able to rest and not think about it, my mind works it out, and the next day, so I let it go.
Right.
So the next day I'm able, or sometimes it's not the next day. It might be 2 days of not working on it, taking the break, taking the step back. It's like back in the day when we were in school, we used to paint, and you're so into the painting and you feel lost in it, and you need to take a step back to be able to navigate. Right. So I let go of planning, prepping for Fashion Week, work on something else, go on a job, sleep, clean my room.
Yeah. I remember working with Greg Jones, right?
Right.
And she's doing these beautiful necklaces.
Right.
And we're there and we, working with I think it's paper clay.
Right.
And she's like, when you're tired, that's okay. Take a break. Do something else.
Correct.
And their breaks are never break, sit down, do nothing, drink some tea. It's work on something else. And then by the time you come back to it, your mind is kind of reframed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's really good.
That's what worked the best.
Yes.
Taking a step back, and my mind worked it out, and I was like, okay, no, this is how I'm going to deal with it. And after that, I was able to organize.
So we'll be talking about after that, right? But what was happening before that?
Oh, I was having such a time. I was feeling nervous.
Yeah.
And what I was not prepared for was the physical reaction to it. So I was nauseous. I was breaking out in hives.
Yes.
I
think panicking. This morning still.
Oh yeah, I woke up this morning panicking about did I buy all the right things and why I bought it at that store or the other store. And I was like, stop.
Yeah.
Girl, you thought this through. But that's what fear is. Fear is your mind trying to warn you, say, hey, this is something that we need to check on.
Yeah.
And what I've learned from one of my therapists was it's to check back in and say, hey, I did this. I did it. Yeah. So you don't have to be afraid.
Yeah.
It's a self-check.
Yes.
Right? So fear became not something to give anxiety, but as a tool.
Yes.
Right? So it's part of the team that works to build where you need to go. I mean, it's not always perfect. Like, you're going to have the moments that I call and be like, I can't.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, so you have these moments.
Right? Yes. But it's, at this point, like, I'm leaving on Sunday. I'm going up to finally prep my kit. And then we're going into Fashion Week, and I feel like I'm more excited and nervous. I do have a game plan, and things, it is what it is, and things just going to fall into place.
Right.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. That's very good. I feel, so where I'm at in terms of planning, balance, is I'm back. I'm not there yet, right?
Yes.
So I am I do get a lot of, I feel anxious.
Correct.
I do feel anxious, but as you said, like, I think it's a good thing. It's a warning. It's
correct.
Have we done this? What are the time frames that we're working on? What do you still have to do? How are we moving forward? Because it feels at this point, because it's so, it's not as early because we've been
discussing
this for a few years now.
Yes.
Right now, this is something that has been in the works and has been in the plan.
Incubating for a while.
Yes, because I think, well, what I did was that I asked God for balance, and He didn't just put me on a tightrope. He gave me the whole damn circus.
For sure.
Right? So, I, at that point in time when I did create these pieces,
Yes.
Which was to be part of the larger thing, which, we'll all see in November. It's, I mean, everything that I do, I involve a prayer into it. Right? And I involve God into it. And it's a journey, and it's an expression, it's a self-expression, right?
It is.
And so, like, I really had to take the time and step back. I think a lot of the other collections I produce like once a year or even twice a year.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's a different time.
But it is a different time. It's a very, very different time.
I think the collaboration with myself and yourself for this collection, this show, is going to be something like it's going to be like the love story of us, yeah. Right? And well, of course, Val was very young right now, and like the family relationship of us. And one of the things that has always connected us was our love for lines and geometrics.
Yes.
And that is always shown in the cuts of your pieces and in the makeup that I do for you.
Yes.
So I think that going into this show, not Fashion Week, we're talking about balance, right?
Yes.
This show in November, I think that that is what we're gonna play on more.
Yeah.
And I feel like the looks are gonna show where we were and where we've
been where we are now.
Where we are now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the journey.
I mean, I think like one thing that you touched on there is a sense of community, and I think when it comes to balance, that is something that we absolutely need. We need to reach out to our community when it is we are in those anxious states.
So that's imperative. That's the one of the reasons that we do survive the each other.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And we speak on this many times. And you need to have these supports. Yeah. Because without it, it's this life is hard. It's very, very difficult, and I mean, bearing your cross is a wonderful thing. But having, that guy Simon to help you lift it and and just move forward. Very mindful.
Very mindful. It does make the world of a difference.
Of course.
Like I was having this conversation with someone from the central bank recently, that it's when you are in a relationship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, right? But when you are in a relationship with somebody and you know that this is your partner, this is your person, or these are your people, this is your tribe. You can go through any difficult situation and still be like, when somebody asks you, how you doing? I good,
Correct.
Because you really are good. You really, there are things that need to be touched on. There are things that need to be fixed, and that's not, that will continually happen because we are works in progress, right? But I think like finding a tribe, and being with people, and I like to use this word of curating your life, curating the people around you, curating what you bring into your atmosphere and into your space. Be very mindful about it, and be around people who you can be yourself with, your true self,
And I think what is important with that level of community is not just being yourself, but people who will support you, but who would also not let you do stupid things.
Yeah, they'll check you. Yeah.
Be creative and the the criticism, the positive criticism that you
Mhm.
need to grow,
Yeah.
and they will call you out when you are not performing your
At
best.
your best. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they want people who, if you are a person who wants to grow and they also want to grow and everybody's growing together, that's the key.
Yeah.
But it's mindset.
Yes.
Right? It's
Yeah.
mindset.
I mean, you can see that with our brands as well.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you see where we have, as you said, you know, where we have been, you know, where we are now. The fact that we were in your bedroom at whatever age, putting on powder and cream on our face. You know, to the first collection dip, right? Which was it was beautiful. It was really amazing.
It was such a fun shoot.
Yeah, it was
such a fun shoot.
Shout out to Cook.
Listen, Cook was amazing. But I think also one of my favorite makeup ones, which was one of the smaller ones, would have been Summer Rain.
That's with the wet.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Because it was not even...
It was not done.
It was not...
At the time.
It was now happening on Fashion Week.
You're right.
It was just happening and it was not being done mainstream here at all. And we did it and it was this glowy, dewy, wet look, and it was so fun to push that boundary and execute it. Yes. And then looking back on it, was just like, oh shit, we did that.
I know. I think
most fun one.
So for me, like I think one thing that you have always inspired me with is your approach to your work, and the fact that it's okay to be messy.
Okay.
You know, I remember us being in art class and you using your hands, you like just going in on this piece, and I'm just like, no, but things need to be a particular way, and it's like, no, it doesn't. You know, it needs to be the way you are. It needs to be, you know, go into it with your whole self. You know, so you know, I would say that like that that aspect of you, as an artist, has truly inspired me, and you could see it in some of my work as well, like how I choose to approach certain things. It's like, okay, let's just go in, let's just do it, and then it may not be the best setup, it may not be the best, you know, whatever, but then you realize that, especially looking back at the 7-8 collections that we can proudly say that we've done together. You know, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful, and then you see how the work has inspired other younger local artists. You know,
for me, how you've inspired me and my brand. It's a lot of me putting myself out there. I freeze. And like doing this. It's like,
which I think is strange for someone who has been grounded in theatre, like who has a background in theatre.
Been behind
behind,
right? I'm a makeup artist. I'm not on stage,
right?
It's not unfamiliar. It's not uncomfortable, but where we are similar, the perfectionist area. I know I love being messy, so when I'm on, I can do it, but the start, the blank paper thing where it needs to be perfect before I show the world, I freak out, and I'm watching you do like live at 5, and I'm just like, how is she just even just put on the camera and just going live, and I'm like having, I'm like, oh no, okay, today, look.
Some of those things were terrible, though, I must say, like, when I look back.
But like, you did a whole year. You remember that? You did a whole year of just being in front of the camera, and I'm just still terrified of letting people see me in that messy way.
Yes.
Even though when I work, I'm
free.
fully involved and I'm
Yes.
free.
Yes.
Not everybody is privy to that.
Yes.
So you are.
Yeah.
And people I work with, like my work family, they're
Yes.
privy to the mess and the full what it means to be part of the Kriskedee brand. But I've not let wider audience see that.
Yes.
And that's something like.
But I do think that
So I mean that's what we spoke about for when I go fashion week, right? We're gonna
Yes.
be putting it all out there.
yes.
So
And I think it's important for there is a lot of value in that.
of course.
Because our community needs it, you know.
My clients like to hear me speak.
Yeah.
They do. They like to hear us speak.
Yes.
They like to get the knowledge. And I know that it's fun to do one-on-one and it's really a great experience to share it that way.
Yes.
And I know the opportunity to do it through social media is much greater and I will, get that. Like it's not the fear of the response back, it's the fear of
the start. The actual doing it. The putting on the camera.
It's like, is my makeup going to be proper? Is the lighting going to be like, what is the background looking like? Like,
and I think because you are in that industry as well, so you know what a proper set looks like. You know what proper.
So I'm just like, if it's not proper production, like I can't just sit in front of my selfie light and just speak. Like I want full production and I think I need to just not. Yeah. And that's what this going up to New York.
So how have you found balance? We speak a lot about work-life balance. We speak a lot about, how have you, or if you have found balance, or what are you doing to achieve it?
Work-life balance. I mean, I don't feel like I don't feel like it's intentional.
Right.
I feel like it happens, like my body goes knock knock.
Yeah.
And so my body goes knock knock, take the week off. You can't.
Because you do deal with PCOS.
PCOS and PMDD.
Yes.
And so my body, when I'm in high, so if I work on production for maybe like a week or two, I need to break down for a week or two.
Yes.
So I'm on and off.
Does
but
that affect?
At the end of the day, it works because that's how the work works.
Okay.
So I've been fortunate, as I said, it's not intentional. It has not been intentional. It has been working well with the type of work that I'm getting because I am freelancing. Mm-hmm. So I say yes to the jobs and I don't always have, I'm not doing 8 to 4.
Yes.
So I do have, if I'm working, I have a client in the morning, I have a client in the evening. In the middle of the day, I could rest.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm grateful and fortunate enough because of what I do.
Yeah.
I'm able to have a balance.
Yes.
More of a balance than when I was working in retail.
Yes.
Working in retail was very difficult. That was hardest to do work-life balance. But now that I am freelancing, I
would say like you did show up. Like no one would have known.
Oh, for sure. You
were struggling at that time.
Of course.
Right?
No, it's not for the world to know, but I was.
Yes.
You would know.
Yes.
I was. And it was difficult to get through it, which I did.
Which you did.
With grace.
Yes.
But I think now being a freelancer,
yes,
having the jobs not be traditional hours,
mm-hmm.
that is, it works for me.
Yeah. And
I love it. And I love it. Like I could do the 12-hour on set, 14 hours, give me 22. Please don't give me 22. Give me work and then have 2 weeks off. And then go back into the cycle. That cycle life, it's been working for me. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how it goes. Everything is for a time. Mm-hmm. So the the brand is going to grow again. So this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But we're going to transition eventually again into the next step of the dream.
Yes.
Right? So at that point, we'll see how we find the balance then. Right? Because it might be a situation where we back into a retail-like space.
Yes.
But it would be mine.
Yeah.
So I guess I could hire staff and we will have the team.
And work it out as it goes.
And I won't have to be in store.
Yeah.
I will be with clients as necessary. Right? So
I love that. In terms of, I think that's something that we have just uncovered there with balance. Understanding that what your balance is now may not be what your balance looks like, 2-3 years from now, according to what your life looks like.
Balance 5 years ago isn't what balance is now.
No.
Right? I think I've been the last 2-3 years most peaceful. Not saying that it wasn't challenging, but because I'm able to rest.
Yeah.
So we've had this conversation before. I believe in rest. I don't believe in working
yourself
to the bone. Like, I believe in good work ethic. So when I'm working, I'm giving up
100%.
Over 100%.
Yeah.
But I need off time. I give myself that off time.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm the happiest with.
Yeah.
For the last 3 years, I've been the happiest with working hard and then resting really long.
Yeah.
And being able to have those moments, those long periods of rest and those long periods of work. Like, that's for me, it has been my balance.
So I think we should close off now.
Yeah, we have to.
And I just want to. I really want to tell you, Kristin.
We're gonna do this.
We are gonna do that. That I am extremely proud of you. I have seen your growth. I have seen your changes. I have seen you struggle. And I've seen you overcome so much. And I know that the next steps that you have in front of you is going to be truly life-changing for you and for us.
It's going to be changing. And for me, I feel like, and we speak about this all the time, like, we've always been like a mirror for each other. And our relationship has always been one where even if we don't connect, we connected.
Yeah. So
as much as you've seen me grow, I've seen you grow. And I've seen your work go from dipped to summer rain to dry season to what was Imperial, what was Breakaway, right? And knowing what the guys, the collaboration for Balance it's a bigger collaboration, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest collaboration we've ever done.
Yes.
Right? Because it's you'll find out. Right? But it's a big collaboration, and because we've being pushed at the same time, because you're growing and changing. This year has been growing and changing, and the development of this collection to be pushed out this year, and me going up to be ready to execute at this collection, right? Like it's we're going to be at the pinnacle of where,
as it is for now.
Correct. I mean, for this year, because right? For this year, it's the top. We'll be at the top of our game, and the most we'll be working together and collaborating strongly with looks for this. So, I mean, you've been doing the most, right? On top of doing life.
Yes.
Like you bring out a collection on top of life,
Yes.
right? And other things,
Yes.
right? Other life things.
Yes.
So I mean that is like hats off to you because
Thank you.
We've
been okay. So for us as parents, because I was behind the camera as well. Well, we have a new addition to the family. She's just a year and a half, almost, not even fully. And then we've been handling and juggling the union for a company within Trinidad and Tobago, and I think going back to what you said with taking time away from this particular work, doing something else, it has definitely helped me to develop and grow as a well-rounded individual, an adult who's enjoying adulthood now.
Yes.
Right? Because I think we were fighting it off for a long time. But
I think so. But I think we at this moment, like this year, has pushed us to settle into what we need to execute.
Yeah.
Especially for this collection, especially for what it is. It's all been building us towards balance. Towards balance. Yeah. Because it's been a lesson. It's been
the lesson.
The ultimate lesson.
Yes.
Oh my.
So
big stick.
Thank you, Kristin.
Thank you for having
me. Joining us and having this very important conversation.
Of course.
I do wish you all the best. Come back to me.
I'm
coming to you and then
I know.
Come back to me.
We're going to do the back and forth because we can.
Yes.
And we're going to love it and live in it.
Yes.
My thing is I'm really excited. I've been excited about Bounds. It's been incubating for a long time. I'm really excited to be able to speak on the level of collaboration that it's going to be because I'm excited to be able to see what we do.
Yes.
And the looks and then the looks, right? Yes. It's the looks and the looks. So that's what I'm very looking forward to this collection. Very. And so while I hope that you guys stay tuned. We will be launching in November. I will let you all know the date very shortly. And I really do hope that through our artwork that we speak to your soul and that you also find balance in your life. Right, so I love you guys. We love you. We love each other. So love you guys and enjoy. And see you all soon.